Hi everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and today we are going to solve some 30 questions which are very important from your prelims perspective. So these questions are going to test your current affairs, okay, the current affairs knowledge, the grip on your current affairs. So if you have prepared the current affairs very well for the last 1.5 months or 2 months, then make sure that you participate in this test. So there will be 30 questions in total, and each question will be of 2 marks. That means 60 marks ka you have this test. Negative marking will be of 0.67 marks. So the number of questions that you mark incorrectly, multiply it with 0.67, and that much marks you have to deduct from your total score. Okay. So let us start the test. Okay. For every questions, to solve every question, I'll be giving you 5 to 10 seconds of time. Okay, so you will have enough time to read the question and answer it, and try to make sure that you comment your scores, final scores, in the comment section given below. Out of 60 marks, your final scores should be reflected in the comment section. Okay, make sure that you let me know your marks also. And let's start. Let's begin the test. Okay, so let's before we start the test, here's a small announcement for all of you. So this is a very important announcement for all of you. Unacademy has launched UPSC CAC Prelims 2021 Carnival, and it is a free carnival for all of you, wherein 100 plus top educators of the country are going to teach you various subjects from the UPSC CSE perspectives. Marathon sessions, 20 plus crash courses and marathon sessions are going to take place today, and it will be taking place today on 20th March 2021 from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Okay, 8 बजे से 11 बजे तक ये कार्निवल रात तक चलेगा आज. 5,000 plus MCQs and PYQs will be discussed. 1 lakh UPSC aspirants are going to attend these carnivals and marathons and crash courses live. 400 plus free classes for all of you are going to get launched. So go to Unacademy's learning app and you can subscribe to this carnival. It's free of cost. You do not have to pay a single penny. 400 plus classes are going to take place, that too free of cost for all of you by India's top educators. And among these classes, we have crash courses also. So if you are preparing for prelims, you have free crash courses that are going to take place today. Okay, so do not miss this chance. This is your chance to clear all your doubts. You can resolve your doubts also in these carnivals to revise all the important subjects that you have missed or you have postponed for afterwards. So this is the chance you can practice PYQs, previous year questions, MCQs as well. So go subscribe today, go attend this free carnival today. It is going to take place from 8 a.m. in the morning till 11 p.m. today on 20th March 2021. Okay, so attend this carnival. Let's start the test. Test शुरू करते हैं. Question number 1 is for filing PIL, that is public interest litigation. That is a separate chapter in your M Lakshmikant if you have studied it. Very easy. 2 page chapter, 2 page का ही chapter है ये. तो अगर आपने ये revise किया, you can answer this question. Supreme Court invokes which of the jurisdiction under them? Advisory jurisdiction, writ jurisdiction, appellate jurisdiction, or original jurisdiction? Very easy question. Again, I'm reading it. For filing the PIL, Supreme Court invokes which jurisdiction under them? Advisory, writ, appellate, or original. So you have exactly 10 seconds time to answer this question. 10 सेकंड का टाइम है, जल्दी से आंसर कीजिए इस क्वेश्चन को. Correct answer to this question is, so the correct answer over here is B, that is writ jurisdiction. As we all know that public interest litigation is a part of judicial activism role that is played by Supreme Court and High Court, and it was introduced in early 1980s. Under Article 32, Supreme Court can invoke writ jurisdiction to when the PIL is filed, and it is governed by Article 226 and by the High Court. Okay. Now moving on to the second question. Consider the following statements regarding President's rule that is imposed under Article 356 of the Constitution. It cannot be imposed without the written recommendation of Governor of the concerned state. Every proclamation of President's rule must be approved by both houses of Parliament within a stipulated time. Which statement is or are correct? So President's rule, again a very important chapter, President, on in the M Lakshmikant polity. M Lakshmikant polity में एक separate chapter है President के ऊपर. If you have studied it, you can easily answer this question. Consider the following statement. See, these questions are It seems like they are taken from current affairs, but they are also directly taken up from your static books. So if you have studied the static books, it's very easy to answer such kind of questions. So you have 5 seconds time to answer the question. Okay, so the correct answer to this question is, so correct answer is B. Statement 1 is wrong. Statement 1 is saying it cannot be imposed without written recommendation of governor. No, it can be imposed otherwise also. If the president feels that the law and order situation is not under control, then also president's rule can be imposed. It is not dependent on the report given by governor. Okay, so statement 1 is wrong. That is why A is eliminated, C is eliminated, D is eliminated because second statement is absolutely correct. Okay. The next question, question number 3, consider the following statements regarding Law Commission of India. Law Commission of India is a statutory body constituted by Government of India from time to time. Commission is reconstituted every 5 years. Law Commission shall suo motu undertake research in law and review of existing laws in India. Which statement is incorrect? Hold on. You have to identify the incorrect statement, not the correct one. Galat statement kaun sa hai isme se? You have to identify that. Okay. So you have 5 seconds time to answer the question. Correct answer to this statement, to this particular question is, correct option is A, that is statement 1 and 2 are wrong. Statement 1 says it's a statutory body, that is wrong, it's a non-statutory body. Statement 2 is saying it's reconstituted every 5 years, no, it is reconstituted every 3 years. Statement 3 is correct. Yes, Law Commission shall suo motu or on a reference made to it by central government and undertake research in law and review the existing laws in India. So correct option will be A. Statement 1 and 2 are incorrect. Now the fourth question, consider the following statements. Governor is indirectly elected by specially constituted electoral college, same like president. And office of governor of a state is considered as an employment under central government. Which statement again is incorrect? False statement आपको बतानी है, गलत statement बतानी है. You have 10 seconds time to read the question and answer it. Alright, so the correct answer is C, that is both statement 1 and 2 are incorrect. First statement says he is indirectly elected by special constituted electoral college. No. Governor, as we all know, we have seen in the current affairs also, neither directly or indirectly, appointed by any electoral college, but he is appointed by the president under his warrant. Okay. Second statement is also incorrect. As per the, verdict of Supreme Court in 1979, office of governor of a state is not employment under central government. Okay, so both the statements are false. दोनों ही statements गलत हैं. Now read the fifth question very carefully. Consider the following statements. This is a geographical, question. Nagaland shares its borders with Myanmar. Nagaland is bordered by 2 Indian states. Article 371A of Constitution confers special provisions on Nagaland. Which statement is or are correct? कौन सा statement correct है? So if you have studied the Indian map very seriously, you can very easily answer this question. Read it very carefully. You have 10 seconds time to answer the question. So the correct answer to this question is, so here the correct answer is B. Statement 1 and 3 are correct. Statement number 2 is wrong. It says Nagaland is bordered by 2 Indian states. No, it is bordered by 3 Indian states. Okay, we have Arunachal Pradesh in north, in west we have Assam, then we have Manipur in south, and in the east we have Myanmar. Okay, so this is the geographical extent of Nagaland. Coming on to question number 6, consider the following statements regarding President's address in Parliament. Again, current affairs based question plus static question as well. In India, the practice of President addressing Parliament can be traced back to Government of India Act 1919. In the past, there are cases where the President's speech is delivered by Vice President, discharging the functions of the President. Third, President's address is the only occasion in the year when entire Parliament come together. Which statement is or are correct? You have exactly 10 seconds time to answer the question. Correct answer to this question is all of the above statements are correct. D is the correct option. Coming on to question number 7. Which of the following is not correct? That is, which of the following is incorrect with reference to national emergency? Again, emergency related chapter M. Lakshmikant. Direct question from the book. Option 1. President can proclaim national emergency only after receiving recommendation from cabinet. Second option, emergency can be extended for indefinite period with approval of parliament for every 6 months. Third, resolution approving proclamation of emergency must be passed by majority of 2/3 of total membership of House. D, revocation of national emergency does not require approval of parliament. So which statement is incorrect with reference to national emergency? Incorrect statement बताना है, आपके पास 10 सेकंड का टाइम है. 5 seconds left. Correct answer to this question is, correct answer is option C. That is, option C is incorrect. Resolution approving proclamation of emergency must be passed by majority of 2/3 of the total membership of House. Wrong, because it is required an impeachment of president, not a national emergency. That is why it's wrong. In case of national emergency, we need special majority. That is majority of total membership of the House. Okay, so C is incorrect. Now going on to question number 8. What could be the possible reasons for democracy being the most prevalent and better than other forms of government? Now this is purely analytical question. ये पूरा analytical question है. It provides for most stable form of government. It ensures quick and correct decision making. It extracts accountability from the government and it ensures elimination of income inequalities. Which statement is or are correct? कौन सा statement correct है? You have 10 seconds time to answer the question. So the correct answer to this question is, as usual, it's B. That is, only option 3 is correct. See, when we talk about democracy, we know that democracy is a situation where rulers are elected by people. Okay, and it is based on consultation and discussion. So in consultations and discussions, we have debates also, we have arguments also. So it provides more stable form of government. That is, history has proved that is not true. Secondly, it ensures quick and correct decision making. No, that is also not to the extent true, because the consultations, discussions, debates might take time. Then third is, it extracts accountability from government. That is correct, because we have a system of checks and balances in democracies. Okay, so that is why accountability is there. Fourth statement is incorrect. It ensures elimination of income inequalities. No, it does not ensure. It provides methods to deal with the differences. It is based on political equality. Okay, so only B option is correct. Coming on to the 9th question. Which of the following fundamental rights are guaranteed by Indian Constitution under right to freedom? Direct question taken from M. Lakshmikant. Direct question है जो M. Lakshmikant से लिया गया है. So which of the following fundamental rights are guaranteed by Indian Constitution under right to freedom? Right to assemble peacefully, right to form associations, right to strike or effective bargaining, right to life and personal liberty. You have to select the correct code. You have 10 seconds time to answer the question. Alright, so the correct answer to this question is, C. Right to assemble peacefully, Article 19, right to form associations, Article 19, and right to life and personal liberty, Article 21. These three are under the right to freedom, which is covered from Article 19 to 22. Now, right to strike or effective bargaining, as Supreme Court has said, that these are not a part of fundamental rights. They can be controlled by industrial laws. Okay, so hence third statement is incorrect. Coming on to the 10th question. In the context of seismic activity of Earth, what are swarms? Now this question directly has been taken from Geography NCERTs. If you have studied Geography NCERT from class 9th to 12th, you can easily answer this question. Amount of energy released in earthquake, abrupt movement of geological materials downhill in response to gravity, numerous earthquakes that occur locally over an extended period without clear sequence of high intensity main quakes, More or less continuous motion in earth that is unrelated to an earthquake and that has a period of 1.0 to 9.0 seconds. Very easy question, 10 seconds time. Answer this question. Correct answer to this question is it is C. Numerous earthquakes that occur locally. Now why it is in news? Because Delhi has been facing several small earthquakes, right? So current affairs से भी एक question related है. This is also taken from current affairs. So C is the correct option. Before we move forward, here's a small announcement for all of you. Unacademy has launched Unacademy Combat, which is India's biggest free scholarship test for UPSC CSE aspirants. And this combat is going to take place on 21st of March, that is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Now, this combat is going to get you your All India rank also. 60 questions will be there which you have to solve in 60 minutes. 11 a.m. sharp tomorrow it will start, and after the combat you will be getting your detailed analysis by Unacademy's best educators. So participate in every combat, win scholarships from a pool of 4 crore, and to unlock the combat, I've given you the link in the description box. Click on that link. If they ask you for a code, use code ARPITA10 to enroll for free. So I've given you the link of this combat. Do not forget to participate in it. बिल्कुल भूलिएगा नहीं, इसमें पार्टिसिपेट आपको करना ही है, ठीक है. इसमें आपको स्कॉलरशिप मिल रही है. यू कैन स्टैंड अ चांस टू विन फ्रॉम अ स्कॉलरशिप पूल ऑफ 4 crore rupees. So this is not a small thing, guys. Okay, so make sure that you participate in the combat. Tomorrow it's going to take place live at 11 a.m. in the morning. You have to participate live in the combat. Okay, chalo, moving on to the next question. Question 11. Chak Ho was recently seen in news. It's a bamboo dance of Mizoram, black rice variety of Manipur, traditional headgear of Assam, or Buddhist festival of Sikkim. You have 10 seconds time to answer the question. 10 सेकंड का आप लोगों के पास टाइम है, फटाफट से आंसर कीजिए क्वेश्चन को. All right. So the correct answer to this question is, इस question का correct answer है, it is B. It's a black rice variety of Manipur. It has been given GI tag, so it has been taken from current affairs. Okay, क्योंकि इसको GI tag मिला है, that is why it was in news. And it is also known as Chak Hao. It has a deep black color because of the anthocyanin agent that is present in this rice. Okay, it's part of Manipur. Manipur की black rice की एक variety है. Coming on to question number 12, why India is described as a union of states rather than a federation of states? So this is again very easy question. M. Lakshmikant polity से लिया गया है directly. Okay, the Indian Federation is the result of an agreement among the states. States have no right to cede from the federation, that is come out from the federation. So correct answer is, you have 10 seconds time to answer the question. You have to identify the correct code. All right, so the correct answer to this question is, so we know in Article 1 of our Indian Constitution, it is said that India, that is Bharat, is a union of states, not a federation of states. Okay. Now, the reason is twofold. First reason is that Indian Federation is not a result of agreement among the states like the American Federation. So, first statement is incorrect. Second, yes, states have no right to cede from the Federation because this Federation is indestructible. Once formed, it is formed for lifetime. Okay. So, second statement is correct. First statement is wrong. Now the next question, which is relatable to the question number 12. If India decides to cede territory of any of its neighbors, which of the following would be used by Parliament? Article 2, Article 3, Article 368. अगर मान लीजिए इंडिया किसी टेरिटरी को सीड करती है, अपने पार्ट से हटाकर किसी नेबर कंट्री को देती है, तो कौन सा आर्टिकल यूज किया जाएगा पार्लियामेंट के द्वारा? You have 10 seconds time to answer the question. 10 सेकंड का टाइम बचा है. Correct answer to this question is, it is C. That is only Article 368 is correct. Article 2 means administration or establishment of a new state. Article 3 is formation or changes in existing states. So both the articles are wrong. Article 368 will be used by the parliament. Okay. Question number 14. Consider the following statements about Central Bureau of Investigation. Again, direct question from M. Lakshmikant. Direct question है, ये दोनों के दोनों M. Lakshmikant से लिए गए हैं. ठीक है. So CBI से related question है, again current affairs, if you're studying you can answer it very easily. It deals only with cases of corruption and economic offense. CBI's functioning is superintended by the Central Vigilance Commission when offences being investigated come under the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Which option is correct? कौन सा option correct है, जल्दी से बताएं. You have 10 seconds time to answer the question. Alright, so the correct answer to this question is, correct answer is B. Option B is correct. Option 1 and is incorrect. It deals only with case of corruption and economic offense. It is incorrect because it is also a special crimes division. Okay, so only word makes this statement incorrect. Question number 15. Consider the following statements. The minor forest produce has been defined under Indian Forest Act 1927. Government of India announces minimum support price for various minor forest produce on recommendations of Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices. Now this is taken from current affairs. You have 10 seconds time to answer the question. Alright, so the correct answer to this question is, so correct option is D, that is none of the above statements is correct. Both the statements are incorrect. So now we have discussed 15 questions so far. Okay. Now the rest of the 15 questions will be covering it in part 2 of this series. इस series के part 2 में next 15 questions आप cover करने जाएंगे. ठीक है? So on this note we are wrapping up the session. Let me know out of 30 marks what were your scores. 30 में से आपका score क्या था, जल्दी से मुझे बताएं.